So guys, I just want to introduce this new series very quickly. It's all about, I want to really document my journey and what I'm doing in order to transform my life and grow and all these things. So what I'm doing is just taking you through my day, kind of typical things I do, and hopefully you can either become inspired or learn something that I'm doing. This day was a particularly plain day, but I'm sure, as I get better at making these, I'll be able to make them much more entertaining. But hopefully you can get something from this and leave any suggestions you have for this series down below. I'll see you at the end and hope you enjoy this little video. So I almost always start my day with a journal entry no matter what time I wake up. Just kind of going over what my expectations for today are, or not so much expectations, but what I'm just going to be planning on doing today, things I'm looking forward to, things I'm excited about, things to watch out for. So maybe if I have certain hang-ups, like make sure you don't do this. If I have a certain, like I'm eating no sugar for 7 days or something, I'll be like, make sure, you follow this and remember this piece of advice. And just basically to calibrate and set myself up for today. And I also do a gratitude practice every single morning, and what I do is in my journal I write down 5 things I'm grateful for and genuinely authentically grateful for, where I actually can feel feelings of gratitude. So for example, today I went over I'm grateful, and I always say I'm so happy and grateful and appreciative that I have physical therapy today, because I have that and that means I'm going to be getting healthier. I'm so happy and grateful how much more in flow I've been. So I'll do 5 of these, mix it up for different categories, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in the other room and kind of out loud go over why I'm grateful for each of these things. I'll just spend about a minute or 2 on each one before moving on with the day, and I find that speaking it out loud and going over each one in a little more detail and making sure I'm actually feeling it and getting into flow, I think makes it much more powerful than just writing it down and then doing nothing, because I think it's the feeling and actually feeling the emotions of gratitude is what's important, not necessarily saying I'm grateful for this or I'm grateful for that, because it's empty words unless anything is, there's nothing behind it. So that's what I'm going to go do now. I won't record the session because it will take too long, but it's just going to be me, again, repeating what I'm grateful for and then going into a little more depth. What's up again, guys? So that basically was my morning stretching and quick workout. I'm currently in physical therapy for my back. So one of my main goals right now is getting back to full fitness, getting my back in order so I can start strengthening a lot more. I can't really do any heavy lifts at the moment, or things are going to put too much strain on my body, on my back, which unfortunately is a lot of things will put strain on your back. So right now I do these stretches about twice a day, or pretty much twice a day. If I have PT like I do today, I'll do them 3 times a day because I'll do stretches while I'm there. So that's essentially what I'll do every morning as far as stretching and everything. It's very simple, just 4 stretches. At night I do 5 stretches plus foam rolling. So I'll roll out my quads and my, what's it called? I forget the IT band, that's it, the IT band on both sides, and I feel great after doing that, honestly. The workout isn't intense, the stretches aren't intense either, it's more relaxing and just about, getting those muscles loose and kind of releasing certain muscles, but I feel really good, and we're about to get on with the rest of the day. All right, so I'm all showered up now after the workout. I'm stretching. We're up to probably my favorite part of the day, where I'm gonna do what's called the 6-phase meditation. Now, I'm not gonna show you me meditating. I just wanna, make sure you're aware of all the things I do during the day that I think are very impactful, and I think this is one of the most impactful things I've been doing recently. There's a reason this is my favorite thing to do during the day. Once I'm done with this meditation, my day always gets better. I always do it in the morning for that reason. But if you are interested in learning more about this, I'm going to link it down below, an audio track you can listen to. It's a guided type meditation. I've done many different types of meditation, and I really firmly believe that doing some form of meditation is better than doing no meditation. I think it's a practice that really can alter your life, and I encourage so many people to do it consistently, because I just know how much of an impact it can have. It may not have these immediate tangible results, but the internal results you'll gain from it are insane. Like it's night and day. It's an incredible amount of growth you can gain from this kind of thing. So I'm about to do that. Just finished the meditation, just emphasizing again how awesome it is. I feel incredible right now, especially doing that 6-phase meditation. So please try it if you haven't. Again, I'll link it down below. So now essentially what I'm going to do is I have a few lessons to do, basically growth things. So I'll actually have a screenshot or something come across screen of what I'll be doing. It's from what's called Mind Valley Academy. And I'm doing 3 different ones, which is basically one about learning more about sugar and the harm it can do and eating less of it. So that's one of them. I'm on day 5 for everyone. The other one is your extraordinary life design or something, which is basically helping you answer certain questions to give you more clarification on what it is you really want in life, and then going after those things. So I think that's incredibly important. So I'm doing that. And the other one's on the 6-phase meditation, learning more about it, learning about each phases. And I've already done that one today. So I'm going to move on to those. Then I have another lesson I'm going to do. Then I'm going to do a bit of work before physical therapy, and then we'll go from there. Let's roll. These are definitely women's glasses. All right, so I'm off to physical therapy now. I'll see how that little intro to me going in the car looks. So basically I do this twice a week right now, where I go in and the physical therapist will check out my progress. She'll give me some new stretches to do, strengthening exercises. I always feel really good afterwards. And I'm kind of really learning, like, even if you have a minor problem or something you think is an injury, to just get it checked out, because it might be a bigger problem than you think. For example, I went in because of my knees, but I found out the reason my knees were hurting was because of my back. So it was an old injury I've had, and now I'm dealing with it so that I can fix it, and so that I'm not, having these reoccurring injuries that keep happening to me, where the root of the problem is the same thing. All right, finished the PT session. Definitely feeling a lot better. We're moving on to more strengthening exercises, which is good. We're progressing along pretty smoothly. I'm feeling good. The pain in my knees that I was having is gone. I haven't had it in a week. But now we're basically at the stage where we're trying to make it so I don't keep getting these injuries. So great progress. I'm really happy. All right, so we're about at 6:30 p.m. I'm now gonna sit down and read and just relax. I did some work on a video. When I'm doing videos these days, I really try and make sure it's really authentic and genuine, something I had to kind of learn. And so I made this real intro that's kind of goofy and silly, but I really like, and it'll be on my other channel. Anyway, right now I'm reading what's called The Fifth Agreement. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I've already read it before. I'm rereading it because I really want these ideas to sink in. Something I've really found to be helpful is if you find a book that where you're reading it and you're having aha moment after aha moment after aha moment, and you're just like being blown away by the content and things are clicking. Don't be afraid to reread that book as many times as you need in order to solidify that information inside of you. I also found that reading books similar to this helps me make even more connections. So if you read a really good book that you think, again, can have a huge impact on you, reread it. You know, again, where our attention, our focus goes, our attention goes, our energy goes, and that's what we're going to remember the most of. So I know a lot of what's in this by heart, but there's even more I want to know and more I want to discover. So we're coming to basically the end of the day. It's currently 10:30 at night, and I just wanted to share a practice with you that I do most nights where I reflect upon the day, go over things I could do better, things that went well, and one of the practices I want to share with you is something that's been really impactful in my life. It's going over my small daily wins. So I'm going to show you, for example, what I wrote down today. So at the end of each day, I'll write down small daily wins, which are just anything that was good, that moved the needle forward, or showed that you're making progress during the day. So for example, I put in great PT session and felt grateful about it. And doing this every single day and acknowledging the progress that you've made during the day, I find is really good, especially if you're someone who is ultra critical or is struggling to find what to be grateful for and what to appreciate in their own life about themselves. And so this has definitely been something that's allowed me to love myself a lot more and to just be much more appreciative for things, especially when it comes to myself and other things as well. So it's definitely a practice I recommend. But that's going to be it for this day. I hope it's been something that you've enjoyed and hopefully got something from it, and leave any suggestions for future ones for things you want to see.